There is this wrong understood sense of spirituality. And I mean by that, when somebody is, for example, the victim of any sort of violence or any sort of abuse, if it's mental abuse or physical abuse, sexual abuse, so it doesn't matter, anything that makes you work on yourself very much, that makes you suffering somehow, that makes you trauma responding, everything which just gives you a leg somehow or makes you work very hard out of that, right? So, I mean, just very much every type of abuse here. So there is this wrong understood spirituality, so to speak, and it is about saying somebody that it must be somehow something within you that this made it, right? That can be the case, that can be something karmic indeed, but we don't know for sure. Yeah, sometimes it is a lesson, sometimes it is to learn something and choosing these situations. It is not always necessarily something that we carry within ourselves. But what is done here is a sort of victim blaming, actually. Of course, we have to reflect on that, and there is a possibility that is something within us. So I'm not saying that this is absolutely wrong or something. Then the other thing is, so first I'm explaining the possibilities of, misunderstood spirituality. And then I tell you, what does that cause? So why are people even misunderstanding spirituality and are victim blaming, for example, right? The other thing is, which I find wrong too, and I'm gonna explain you that, in a minute also, is when a victim is saying that, for example, the person that caused this kind of abuse or violence towards this victim, and when the victim here in our example is saying things like, oh, but this person that caused me this is also a victim, and they had this rough childhood, and they went through a lot of abuse too, and difficulties. Yes, we can do that. We can excuse that, and it is good to have, an open heart and an understanding also for a victim. Yes. But what is no excuse is the fact that we are adults, that nobody has the right to cause, suffering in another person only because they suffered, right? So the difference between an adult and a child is that the adult has the ability and the common sense and the will to search for answers, search for help, and to work on themselves, right? The child doesn't have these opportunities so much, even though there are a lot of intelligent children on planet. I mean, I was reading Deepak Chopra and all that stuff and spirituality with fucking 9 years, so it's even then it is not an excuse. Yeah, but we can count that more as an excuse than actually with adults. So, and I came now to this idea. I went through an abuse in my childhood, all right, mentally and physically. About sexual abuse, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know, but I wouldn't wonder even, right? The thing is, I came to the conclusion, and this is out of my own perspective, I came to the conclusion that actually excusing the villain, is that an English word? The one that abused you, okay? to excuse them as actually also the victim, and oh, but this is, you know, a family member, for example, oh, but this is, you know, this and that, and, you know, they are also victims, blah, 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 blah. That makes, I believe that this is a trauma response. Why is that a trauma response? Because it is very painful for a victim to recognize the abuser as somebody bad, somebody mean, somebody who, you know, is maybe mentally ill, for example, maybe a narcissist, maybe a sadist even, right? A psychopath, okay? Because, you know, these are, of course, narcissistic traits often playing out, or sadistic traits, or just a psychopath, just a cold person, I don't know, right? That was just mean. And really, to be honest as a victim to that fact that these are bad and mean people who will never work on themselves, who will never change because they don't want to change, you know, it's their, just, it's what they are, you know. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts so much, you know. That's why it is sometimes easier to work through it psychologically, work through this trauma, in actually excusing them, than actually feel really the pain that it will never change, that they will never change, there will never be better people. You are on your own. You are on your own. We are on our own. Okay? Sometimes people are not ready for this truth. And then, you know, this trend of false spirituality, like, yeah, but, you know, they come from, you know, the difficulties, la la la. And that's so many women are doing that, because so many women are into spirituality. And I don't want to bash us, yeah? But hey, we are sometimes a bit naive, right? And, you know, the spirituality is kind of seen, or trance and so on, you get me, I hope, is also like, you know, twin flames. Yeah, a real twin flame connection is so rare. Not everybody is finding that true twin flame. But, you know, everybody's watching these oracles like crazy and think they have this twin flame found in any sort of daily guy, man who, you know, who is fucking replaceable. He is. Only because he made for you, you know, any sort of, you know, illusion, physical illusion, sexual illusion of actually being in love. Maybe we're not, maybe these are only hormones, right? The thing is, we have to check that. Is that real, or are we excusing somebody? And when that triggered you, I'm so sorry, you know, to say that so blunt, yeah? And I believe that not everybody is ready to really, you know, hear that. And I believe that I trigger really people with that. Maybe you know that already, and, you know, it's nothing new for you. Maybe you never heard that explained like that, because I never heard that explained like that, I must really say. Yeah, that was my thought right now. And I thought very well that I should share that with you right now, right? Yeah. So there is a separation, that's it, right? But that can also set you free, okay? That can set you free, because when you're hoping in an illusion that somebody will, you know, be a better person, forget about that. You will maybe wait forever. And sometimes, you know, it is so long waiting that you decide to make a cut. And when they come after 20, 25, 30 years and are changing, you know, then actually F them, yeah? You know? Yeah. I don't know. Everybody must have their own, you know, opinion how they deal with stuff like that. But I'm just saying, right? So these are my thoughts on that, right? And I believe also that spirituality very often can be controlled by government and so, because everybody wants to have a peaceful sheep that is, you know, working, doing whatnot, is people pleasing. This is what is comfortable for, you know, people who wants to make money on you, right? Okay, so we have to really ask ourselves, is that, you know, something that is really the truth, or is that brainwash also? Yeah. You guys, I give card readings. My channel is, you know, with spirituality. I'm reading the cards since, you know, age 9. I started with spirituality. No, with spirituality, but, you know, since many, many decades, I'm also, you know, doing the card readings. I'm accurate. I got my own system. So when you wish to have, you know, a consultation, you can always reach out to me. My email address is underneath here in the info box. And give it a like if you liked it. Then it is pushing, you know, the algorithms up. And if you would like to comment something, I would love to, you know, read from you. What are your thoughts on that? And what is your experience on that? So of course, some lucky ones are really having people who made mistakes, who are apologizing for these mistakes, who will never do it again, who are very, very sorry. But on the other hand, yeah, when somebody mean or something is aging and now, you know, having issues with their body or so, because age, yeah, for example, parents, you know, when you have old parents and they are coming and apologizing, is that a real apology, or is that only their fear of being alone and of death? And you're not the asshole for that, right? Okay, okay. I'm just saying, yeah. So you have to do your own decisions here. I'm not for that, right? But this is just that comes into my mind, and everybody will have their own way to deal with that. So I'm not saying anybody what to do. We are adults, yeah. I hope everybody is an adult, yeah, because, you know, some people are just believing what's outside said and told and so. But just, you know, think on your own, right? This is just what I thought about that. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, and you're not gonna miss any video from me, Michelle Direlle. Bye.